Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys and girls are doing good. Today, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, the trailer, at the time of this recording, came out yesterday. The numbers, oh my days, the views are insane. And the trailer did answer a lot of questions that we were asking for. Obviously, the Trinity, we didn't get it, but if you do a little bit of searching, you'll see there is a big mistake in the trailer to do with Lizard. Pretty much that is enough for me to say, and pretty much the whole world agrees Toby and Andrew will be in the movie. However, one thing that has not been genuinely set up yet is who is the sixth member of the Sinister Six? I personally think there is no chance in heaven or hell or any dimension that Kevin Feige and the powers that be make the movie The Sinister Five. That is so dead. There must be a sixth member and then you're hitting everything, man. You got multiverse, multiple Spider-Man, Sinister Six, you got everything. Early today, I went to Instagram and I made a story post asking you guys, who do you think will be the sixth member of the Sinister Six? And I got a ton of replies. I made a little tally chart and we're going to be going from the ninth, like the least likely, all the way to the number one spot of who you guys think will be in the movie. And of course, before we go with the list, ladies and gentlemen, let me know, man, who do you personally think will be the sixth villain, or do you genuinely think 5 is the number and there ain't no sixth member? Whatever you think, or whoever you think it will be, please let me know down below. That'd be awesome. Of course, if you're new to the channel about the nerd life, we post nerd daily content. Kill the sub button. And now let's start this list right with number 9. I could make this a top 10, but some of the answers, they are just so bad. But starting with number 9, we have Mephisto. That's right. The dude just can't catch a break in the MCU. Like, he has pretty much been rumoured for anything. Any future project, anyone is going to think Mephisto's in it. On my list, he is definitely the least voted for in 9th place. Only about 30 of you guys think that he will be in the movie. I don't think so, bro. If it's going off what I personally think, the percentage of Mephisto being in the movie, for me, is like 3%. Maybe not even that. Coming up next, with more than 60 votes, we have Kingpin. Now, I could make an argument that maybe, just maybe, he could be in the movie just because, spoiler alert, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, or at least Matt Murdock, is pretty much going to be in the movie because he's going to be representing Spider-Man, like, trial-wise as his lawyer. Just because he's in the movie, there is a small argument that Kingpin could be in the movie. Do I personally think he'll be the sixth member? I don't think so. I think that is, like, too complex for a lot of people. You got to remember, not everyone knows the MCU, the Sonyverse, Netflixverse, all this stuff is linked. A lot of people won't know that. Casual fans might get a little confused. I can definitely see Kingpin coming to the MCU. There's actually a rumour that he's going to be in the Hawkeye TV show. That would be sick. Next up is James Franco's Green Goblin. Now, there is definitely an argument, like, you can genuinely say he could be in the movie. That guy was definitely a large chunk of the movie in Spider-Man 3. He was a villain. Until he banged his head, forgot everything, and then he came back a hero anyway. But I can see why some people might think that, because there is that shot in the trailer. You get the Green Goblin in the classic outfit, which looks amazing. And then a few seconds later, you get that, like, upgraded Goblin. That's apparently going to be the Green Goblin. He goes through, like, a costume change in the movie of No Way Home. For me, I cannot see James Franco or Green Goblin being in the MCU. It's a good shout out, but I don't think it's going to happen. This is where the votes started to get pretty high, man. Next is Scorpion. Now, you probably don't even remember this dude, but he was in Homecoming. Vulture's character, met him in prison. Now, to set up Scorpion to be the sixth member, I think is too much work for this movie. There's so much going on as it is, like, to make the Scorpion, get his suit ready, just break him out of jail, do all this stuff. I think it's a bit of a stretch. However, I hear you guys. It is a good shout. I mean, he's already set up. Not a lot of people know he is the Scorpion. That thing at the end of Homecoming. A lot of people may not even remember that, or they might just not be able to piece it together, sort of thing, but it is a good shout. I personally can't see it happening. Would be sick, but you've already got Lizard. I don't think they'd make another character that kind of looks like him. Next up we have is the Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, I could potentially see this happening, and also it could be really bad. Let's be fair, when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer came out, I remember it like it was yesterday. We got Goblin, Electro, and Rhino. They bigged up Rhino so much in the trailer, and my guy
done nothing.
He was in the movie for like 30 seconds. He done absolutely nothing, mate. Sure, I could, like, visually genuinely see him being in No Way Home, but I don't think so, bro. I think his outfit and stuff, it just doesn't suit, like, how they're doing everything else in this movie. It's a good shout, and more than 150 people voted for Rhino, but I can't see it happening. The next one caught me off guard, man. More than 300 people, so you can see the gap now is getting crazy, voted for this next person, and it is Ned as the Hobgoblin. This is an amazing shout, man. By the way, this is not a spoiler or anything like that. I don't know anything, and no one else knows, to be fair. However, Ned's character in the comics does turn into the Hobgoblin, and we got that ending in the trailer where Mary Jane's falling, but if you, like, pause it there, you can see Ned is, like, hanging on to something, railing or whatever, a piece of scaffolding. He's obviously dropped Mary Jane or tried to grab her. Maybe he could drop and something happens and, I don't know, he goes through a portal. I don't know, bro. It's a big stretch, but a lot of people are saying Ned could be secretly this, like, Hobgoblin villain in No Way Home. Do I think it will happen? Probably not. Would I be amazed? Like, I will lose my mind. Like, if I see that on the big screen, that could be the biggest slap ever, man. That is a big twist. But again, the big one is we got the Green Goblin. I think there's enough goblins for the movie. Next up, with more than 500 votes, so the gap is going even more crazy, is Venom. Now, we did get the post-credit scene at the end of Venom 2, which is insane, which would genuinely type the movie. I think to have Venom in No Way Home would blow everyone's minds. It would put this movie on a tier which is beyond God tier, mate. It would be genuinely next level, but you do run the risk of, like, maybe not everyone has seen Venom 2. You have all that stuff, and it's very close together, the films. I personally wish this would happen, but I just can't see it happening, man. It would be a massive shout, especially if somehow it latched onto Tom Holland and you get the Spider-Man logo in Venom. Oh my God. It would be crazy, but I probably don't think it will happen in the movie. Percentage-wise, maybe 20%. I'm being generous, but I can't see it happening. However, I do think, and a lot of people have been saying this, there may be like a post-credit scene or a mid-credit scene with Venom or at least Tom Hardy. That would be crazy. Next up, you guys reckon it will be Mysterio, and I can really see this happening. Like, percentage-wise, this is like 50%. This one and the next one for me is way more, but Mysterio at least is at a 50% chance that he's gonna be in the movie. There's been no rumours or set leaks or anything that Jake Gyllenhaal has been seen on set. All that stuff has been hush. However, when Doctor Strange is saying to Peter that all these villains have died at some point by Spider-Man, that's a big shout, because we know how Far From Home ended, and let's be real though, man, you gotta put some respect on Mysterio's name. If he didn't end Far From Home like he did, we wouldn't even get No Way Home. So big up Mysterio. I hope he's in the movie. At least the minimum, I hope he's mentioned. 50% chance for me personally that he's gonna be in this movie, just purely because what Doctor Strange said. But yeah, for me, and what you guys reckon, more than 1,000 people voted for this character, and it is, of course, the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. I think this is the most logical one. Maybe Green Goblin can break him out of prison, and then he's got like some more tech, and that's how the rest of the Sinister Six, or 5 even, whatever, upgrade their technology, because, you know, Vulture's got all like the alien stuff from Avengers, the first movie, and Age of Ultron. And I do think that'll be some kind of like shock thing, because Michael Keaton is just humongous, man. And imagine, like, you don't see anything of him, and then later on in the movie, they break him out of prison, you see him in gear as the Vulture. That would be pretty sick. For me, this is who I think will be the 6th member, if there is going to be a 6th member. If there ain't, yo, that sucks, man. But I do think he will be the 6th member. I'm sitting at like 70%, man. Maybe even 80%. I'm so sure he will be the 6th villain. I think it will look, aesthetic-wise, very, very pleasing to have all this like different amount of characters. It will look really, really cool. And again, Vulture, Michael Keaton, huge characters. And of course, already previous villains of our new like Tom Holland Spider-Man sort of thing. So I think it'll be Vulture. Next, it definitely will be Mysterio. You guys seem to think the same. I would say on this list, 2 crazy shout-outs. Venom was not so crazy, it's plausible, but Ned being the Hobgoblin is a massive shout-out. Like, that could be insane. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the list you guys voted for, man. Big up you guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, come and check me out, man. I'll leave it in the description. I'll leave it pinned in the comment section. And again, if you agree with this list, or you disagree with some things, or your person is not on the list, let me know down below. That will be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for spending your time here. I'll see you in a bit.